maybe just go back just a drop. The Mishnah had said that we have two cases. The case of Kedushin, where it's a Sofik Karvelo Karvelo. That's the case. He had thrown money. Was it within her proximity? Not. So therefore, what's the halacha? It says, and he has a co-wife. Let's say this is the achos, and he has a co-wife. So the halacha is choletz lo misyabemis. Why? Because he may be married to her. Then we have another case when it's get on a Torah level. The three gittin which are discussed are valid on a Torah level. Rabbinically, it's not. They're also choletz lo misyabemis. Why? Because factually, there's no connection. So I ask the question: why do we learn the same case that we learned by kedushin, that it's sofik karvel karvel law? That should be the case by get. So the Gemara explained that there's a difference. By kedushin, before she gets married, she has a cheskes what? No, she has a chazokah. She falls to yibum. Right. She falls to yibum because she was a cheskes penuya. So that means we say the achos was not married to him. Right? Sofik karvel so was she married to him? So therefore, really, she should watch. She should get yibum. But because, right, l'chumra, we say she gets chalitza. The last case that the Mishnah discusses, it will be a similar case. What's the chazokah? Chazokah is she's a nachos, she's a tzaras erva. She's the co-wife of the sister. So she get nothing. Wait. So if that's the case, what do you give chalitza? So Mara says, it's l'chumra, so l'chumra we should give chalitza too. Right? Also, just as here we're saying l'chumra, so it says, no, they're not comparable. Because here it could be a chum dosi lidei kula. It could be come out of takola. Because what do people think? They'll think it's married and so on and so. It comes out problems. So Mara says, but whatever it is, Mara says, but if you give chalitza, what do you lose by giving chalitza? So Mara says, because if you give chalitza, that's the giveaway. Chalitza, so Mara says, no, but if you give chalitza, you may do yibum, and if you may do yibum, it's a problem, right? So Mara says, there's a difference. The first case, by kedushin, let's say you do yibum. Did you do anything wrong? You did nothing wrong. I'm on Lamed Aleph. Was Savi Karvelo with the Achos. On a Torah level, she's not married. L'chumre, she is married. You give Chalitza. What happens if people say, give Chalitza, do Yibum? And if he does Yibum, it's not a problem. Because factually, she's not a Tzaras Erva. But in terms of, let's say we'd have the same case regarding the get. And the get, we sort of call, so what is she? She's a Neshesach. She's a Neshesach, she's a Tzaras Erva. So if you give chalitza, you say if you give chalitza, we'll do yibum. It's a problem. He's doing yibum with a neshazach shlob moka mitzvah. Therefore, there's no basis. We're concerned. You know what? Therefore, what's the case of get? On a Torah level, all three gittin are valid gittin. Rabbinically, we invalidate it, right? Therefore, what's the case of get? Where it's choletz lo misyabemes. On truth, the truth is on a Torah level, she's not a tzaras erva. So the same thing. Give chalitza. Worse to worse. Even if you do yibum, it's not a problem. Because the Raisa, there's no connection between them. That's what the Gemara said. Okay? Good. So now we're holding over here. Eisve Abaye. Laman Aleph. Eisve Abaye. Nofal, the Raisa says, Nofal Habayis Olav Albas Ochiv. Okay? Albas Ochiv. A brother is married to his niece. Right? And he has a brother. And the brother has another wife. Right? So if he would have died himself, Tzaras Erva, right? It's the Tzara of what? Tzaras Bito. So if he dies, nobody falls to Yibum, nobody gets Chalitza to get married. But the house collapsed, and the question is who died first? Maybe his daughter died first. So if the daughter died first and then the brother, so then the other wife, that when he died, is not a Tzaras Erva. So what do? Right? And there's no way to determine what happened. Okay? So what are we saying now? We will not give Chalitza if it's going to be a Takola. If we give chalitza, it may come to yibum. We're not going to be machmir to give chalitza because that's chumra dos lekula. It's going to be a problem. So Abai says, I have a case for you. We give chalitza, and even though there's a possibility it may come to yibum, and if it's yibum, she may be a tzaras erva, right? Because if he died first, she's a tzar, and yet it says chaletzes, she may be a tzaras erva. So what do you see? So you see, we're not concerned. We'll see. Nofal bais olav al bas ochi vein yodua izum hen neis rishon. So rosa choletzes lo misyabemes. So the other wife of the brother was choletzes. Ayamai hochanami name yishazu becheskes hetel l'shuko medes. Of course, initially when he was alive, what was she? She definitely then she was a tzaras erva. She was a tzaras erva. and you're not allowing to remarry until she gets chalitza. It's a suffix. Chazaka should rule that what she should be able to get married without anything. So what are you going to tell me? It's a chumrah that will say you can't get married until you get chalitza. Correct? That's what we're saying. Al tasren mi sofek. V'chi tema hochanami l'chumrah. So maybe no, it's a chumrah. We give chalitza. Chumrah das lekulahu. Shema ta'oma choletzes misyabemes. What's going to, like you said earlier, if the chalitza, what happens if mistakenly they think? If you do chalitza, you can do yibum. This is what is a sofek yeshasach shlo b'moka mitzvah. She may be an erva, because factually, if the brother died first, she's off limits totally. So, right, it's Tzoras Abito. Tzoras Bito. Samara says, he says something interesting. Gerushin Shchichi. The case of Gerushin, if we sofek, so that happens. Person throws a get to his wife, it's questionable, was it within our proximity or not? We did, so chalitza, so we can't do chalitza, of course. Give chalitza, you may do yibum. This case is so remote, it's like, we don't do it. So it may come. How often does this case happen? It's so remote, we're not worried. Right? And therefore, we won't allow chalitza. So here, why? Because person doesn't ask the shayla. Person will ask a shayla over here. What should we do? What, when? Therefore, that's the reason. Inami. Gershon, the kaime erva, to call mukach. By the erva, the question, she definitely was, she was a co-wife of what? The tzora, she was co-wife of the achos. Blatantly clear. Now there's a side issue. What happened? Korav lo. The kamachich or chalitza. So what do people say? Here she's a tzara self. So what do you ask? What do you have in chalitza? It's black and white. The answer is, something. It must be the get. Must have been a good get. So if the get's a good get, so what people say? If you could do chalitza, probably you could do yibum too. Amri komu be rabbanon begito. The gito malius. Evidently, they ruled the get is a valid get. V'osul yibume lutzora. Mapoles mikomu be rabbanon. Mapol today know what happened. So it's clear the reason why it happens is sofik. They don't know what happened. Therefore, since you don't know, the chalitza doesn't mean yibum. There, because there's a chazok of what the erv is blatantly clear. No, but if the erv is blatantly clear, so she's a tzara sever. Why does she need chalitza? It's unheard of. The answer is must be the get. They must have ruled it was korav law. It was get malya. So chalitzas adu yibum. Over here, what you can say? The chachamim were able to determine what happened. They don't know who died first. So here it's a bona fide sofek. Chalitza won't come lead the yibum. Gabi Gershon lo metanan. Okay. Now we're talking about Gershon. We have a case by Gershon. Same thing. We say chalitza, which means you're concerned that chalitza may turn to yibum. It's not. Listen to this. Tanan. Hoyso medes v'zorko lo. Korav lo megoreshes. Yeah, b'rishus harabim. Zorko lo korav lo megoreshes. If it was within her dalarama, she's megoreshes. Korav lo ein megoreshes. Mechza. What about it's a suffix? His rishus, her rishus. Megoreshes ein megoreshes. Suffix. Ein megoreshes. V'amrido on the mic said questions. I mean, so what do you tell me? She's a suffix. What's it relevant to? Because chalitza, he just told me chalitza we're not going to give her because he'll come lead the takola. He may do yibum. Di koinu asurale. If he's a kohen, he's not permitted to marry her because she may be mgoreshes. I ervo he, and if she's ervo tzerosu boy chalitza, she needs chalitza. We're not concerned. So see from over here, what do we say? She's some mgoreshes. She cannot get married without chalitza. You just finished telling me that we are worried. We are worried. Hey, but here we see you're not worried. So you see you're not worried. Before you said it, you are worried. Here we see you're not worried. So regarding this particular Mishnah, Rabba v'Rav Yosef Amri Tavayu. Now, interesting. We said that if a woman is a suffix Gereshes, so what was she before the get was given? She had a cheskas eishesish, or cheskas tzora serva. So really she should do nothing. So you say it's a chumrah, but it's a chumrah doesn't. They called it, that was the discussion. Now, when there's a suffix was close to her, who testifies that it was suffix? The Reidim, right? How many Eidim were there? Was it one pair who couldn't determine was it within her proximity or not? Or was it, we're talking about a tray? Is it tray? Two said Korav Lo, two said Korav Lo. Right? because there's a difference. If there's one kat, so it's a bona fide suffix. Torah, when you're suffix, you go after chazaka. What is she? Cheskas soras erva. So there's soras erva. So therefore, what are we concerned? You give chalitza, you may do yibum. What about trey or trey? Trey, there's no cheskas. There's no chazaka. Why? Because trey is sveka doraisa. This is where Reb Kiva Hegel learns it. Trey sveka doraisa means chazaka is a verification mechanism to determine a suffix. Suffix chazaka. Okay, wait. What if you have trey or trey? There's no greater verification than edim. So I have two edim which are saying contrary to the chazaka. So how could you say chazaka or if they ish? We say trey kameya. If you have 100 edim one side, 2 on the other side. Trey kameya. So can chazaka be better than 100 edim? So therefore, what? It's a suffix. It's a suffix. No, that suffix means the chazaka doesn't function. Right. So if that's the case, she's a suffix grusha. Right. There's no cheskas soras. It's a suffix soras erva. So what do you need? You need a chazaka. You need a. The first case, she's definitely a soras erva. Right? We have one kat. You mesupik go after chazaka. Trey or trey, you don't go after chazaka. Because you have two edim saying contrary to the chazaka. Chazaka says ish. So what? It's a suffix. I'm only dealing with the trey or trey. So that if that's the case, you need chalitza. See the case where you only have one, you don't need chalitza. You shouldn't need chalitza. So why do you need chalitza? Because we're talking about it's on a Torah level, it's a get. It's only rabbinically we invalid. Therefore, you need chalitza. Because the way it's perceived, she's a tzoras, right? Because we don't let yibum because she's perceived as a tzoras erva. Really, you can do yibum. Because the gittin on a Torah level are valid gittin. Shlosha gittin psula means pasul m'drabanan. Why do we allow it? Because the perception is, since we're validating the get, she looks like a tzoras erva. So therefore we say you give chalitza. Really, she's not. Why can't I learn the other case? Because the other case, it's being one kat. One kat, she needs nothing. You have chazok cheskes ish. Here that we're saying when she needs chalitza, it's being meant to trey. It's not one kat doesn't know. Chazok is gone. Yeah. Good. See. Good. There's an expression. This is the way to learn. There's a question. Trey isnu ben or lesna ben. Interesting concept. Chelsea does love this. Judah, this is not complicated. It's not a case. Trey. You have trey. Why are witnesses believed? Torah says they're believed. It's not a svara. Witnesses are believed. It's absolute evidence. So what are witnesses? Birur. So what is the value of a witness? Levaria. What happens after everything's said and done because you have a trade, they're not mevaria? You know something? They're worthless. They're both worthless. So you know what you do? They're out the window. It's like they never testified. So therefore, according to trey, that's lesnu be'en, you go after chazaka. The other one who holds trey sveka doraisa. See there's a machlokes when we discuss now. Trey sveka doraisa, sveka drabanan. Sveka drab mean on Torah level. I deal with chazaka. Right. Rabbinically, I treat it like a suffix. Why do I deal with chazaka? It's trey kameya. No, the reason is because if edims, their value is what? Because they're believed. But if I don't believe them, they're gone. So on the Torah level, I go after chazaka. Midrabanan, since factually witnesses testified, I see it as a suffix, but that's a drabanan. Trey sveka doraisa, the Gemara is saying, no. I see them that the edim are still present. Right. So they're present, so how could chazaka go against edim? So it's a suffix. There, that's trey sveka doraisa. On the Torah level, it's a suffix. So that's the question: is trey isnu ben or lesnu ben? Right? That's the machlok. We'll see. If you learn ksubis, this is 2 weeks, what we just discussed. Okay? Okay. Hoidmar aloch, Rabbi Reus Damri Tavai Hocha B'Shtei Kiteidim, Askinon. Achas Omeres Korov Lo. Achas Korov Lo. Davole Sveka Doraiso. Here. So it's a Sofi Doraiso. In the Chalitzo, Umasnisen the Hocha, the Mishnah that said earlier that we established it, it's speaking about the 3 gittin which are postal midrabanon. Bekat achas, davle sveka drabanon. On a Torah level, what is it? No, they don't know. On a Torah level, it's a tzoras erva. It's a tzoras erva. No, if it's karachas. No, we're talking about the factually the case of Sufik, the Gerushin, Chaletzes, the get was given. But why do we learn the case of Eidim? Because the case of Eidim would be by Kedushin. They don't know. Like Kedushin is speaking, there's only the case of Kedushin is one katachas. But the case of, if that would be the case of Gerushin, she would need nothing. Because she's a real tzoras erva. But we want to say no, but then we have a problem. She's a tzoras erva. She's cholet shemei mimsiyah bemis. The chazok is in place. Yeah. The mastizim katachas. Dumya the kedushin, just kedushin ma kedushin katachas. That we say, what do we say? She has a cheskes penuya. She has a cheskes penuya, right? Av gerishim katachas. Someone says kedushin gufay mimayt kasachas. How do you know? We're saying the reason why we'll learn the case of gerushin by a sofei, because just as kedushin's katach. How do you know? Maybe kedushin's also trey. Right? So that's the first question. Kedushin gufay mimayt katach dilma beis kiti edim. Beis kiti edim tisiyabing. Why? Because if you'll trade sveiket drabonon, they should have yibum veim kach klum. Right? We should say tisiyabing. So Mara says, you know why? Wait. But still, the Mara's going to say, but factually, but rabbinically, we don't allow yibum. Kaimi edim ukamri korav lo. Va'amrit tisiyabing veim kach klum. How could you say so? What do you mean tisiyabing? Factually, the way perception-wise, you have two edim say that she's a tzoras erva. So rabbinic, how do you say she should have yibum? So what's forcing you to say the case of kedushin is katachas? Maybe it's also trey. It's trey, and therefore it's chalitza not yibum, right? Firstly, b'shtei kita edim nami sveikud rabonani. Now it says, and so who said trey sveikud oraisa? Trey sveikud is sveikud rabonan. Why? It says amrin uki trey lahadi trey, vishka ukma chazoko. Stop. Trey is less new. We cancel them out. So if we cancel them out, you go after chazaka. So let's learn the same case. No, but it's drabon, sveika drabonon, the perception. But since perception, we don't want yibum. That's exactly why we don't yibum. She can have yibum. But by get there's no. Wait. Where do we say trey? Where do we say trey? You go after chazaka. It brings a famous gemara in Ksubis and Bav Basra. Midava nichsid barshacha. Who's barshacha? We see some of these people around. Okay, chemical imbalances. The barshacha, no. Zovin nichsid barshacha. He sold his property. Also be true v'amri kshu cholim zovin. He says he had a lucid moment at the time of the sale when he sold it. Vosi be true v'amri kshu shoter zovin. He was unstable. So the question is, did it leave his domain? Didn't. Was it a valid transfer? V'amar Abashi, uki trei ladi trei, v'aro ukma b'cheskes barshacho. Trey, they knock each other out. You go after chazaka. So you say trey, less than ben. You go after chazaka. So what? So by marriage or gerushin that's trey sveikud drabonon. Can't play games, right? Because it appears to be that she is in there, or whatever it is. Therefore, we're machmir drabonon. Over there's no drabonon. Trey, you go after chazaka. There it's purely monetary. So what do? It reverts back to the possession of Barshacha, because that's the cheskes marikama. Because if he wasn't stable, it's not a transfer. We don't know. It's trey. Chazaka says it never left. Okay. Okay. Elom arbaye. So getting back to the same question. Is it katachas or is it trey? So we said, no, maybe kedushin's also speaking trey. Elom arbaye yagrov leiro. Olav reo. We have another brisa, and one reveals on the other. What is that? Tana b'kedushin v'adin legerushin. Tana b'gerushin v'adin lekedushin. The answer is each one could be in either case. Yeah, this. The case, where is it? Ninu, we have the same case. Let's say we'd marry with a ksav yad. Whatever we say by one, you could say by the other. Say by the other. Yagra Vreo, Tana Kedushin. By Kedushin, what's Kedushin? Sovkov, Gershin's all the same. What's Gershin? Ksav B'ksad Yodo, there's no Zman, there's no this. Same case. We can invert the cases, back and forth. Right? The first case, the opposite, the other side of the coin is Gershin. The second case, the other side of the coin is Kedushin. Vodin LeGershin. Tana B'Gershin with Kedushin. Amalei Rava. So Rava asks a question. My Yagra Vreo, they could be flipped in either direction. My Zed, it says this case is Choletzes Lo Misyabemis. Elab Omer Rava, Kosh Yesh B'Kedushin, Yesh B'Gershin. What you have by Kedushin, you can have by Gershin. Yeah? The Yesh B'Gershin, but what you have by Gershin, Mashem, there's no such thing. Ksav Yad by Gershin is not a valid get midrabanan. So therefore, on the Torah level, she's divorced. By Kedushin, you have a document, Ksav Yad, it's 100% okay. Good, even rabbinically good. A get without a zman, rabbinically we invalidate it. On a Torah level, it's good. Kedushin without a zman, 100% good. Even drabanan good. It's first class. It's a first class document, right? We'll see. So Mark's going to explain why. V'zeu Gershin, and when it says by Gershin, right? Lav davka el shubdatona zeu b'kedushin, nami zeu b'gershin. Zeu b'kedushin l'mutei mai, right? What does it come with? Zeu b'kedushin. We said by kedushin, this applies to kedushin. Mai l'mutei zaman. Like b'kedushin. By kedushin, there's no such thing as putting a date in the document. When you marry a woman, if you didn't date the document, it's not a problem. Why? The Gemara say, why did that put zman in kedushin? We'll see in a moment. Now, a man marries a woman, so after he marries her, he deserves full marriage. He eats peiros. If she has, let's say, an orchard, a vineyard, he gets all the produce. I mean, the principle is hers, but all the profits, not so embarrassing. Nichsim maluk. All the profits belong to the husband. She owns an apartment building. She owns the building. You deduct overhead. All the net profit is his. That's peiros. Okay. Wait. When does he cease receiving all the benefits? The moment the get is given. Let's say the man is a dishonest guy. He takes all the peiros. He says, I gave it a get later. But if you have a date in the document, you know exactly when the cutoff point was. If it's a dated document. So to protect her, we put a date in the peiros, in the document. In the get. No, because for Kedushin he doesn't get peiros. He only gets peiros after Nisuin. After Kedushin doesn't. No, after Nisuin. No. So then who bring proof he's fully married? No, that's easy. He wants to eat. That's factual. He's married. He's fully married with her. When he stops, he may already, after he gave it a get, he may have already stolen some. Then after, something, I gave it a get a week later. A week after the harvest, but really he gave it a get before the harvest. So what are you going to prove? Right? So by having a date, the date will tell you when she was divorced. So that's to protect her financially. And then it's good. It's all drab. The mission says it's drabanan, but it doesn't have a date. Drabanan, it's possible to get. On a Torah level, she's divorced. Okay? So it's machlokes in Gittin. Why did Chazal legislate a date in a get? That's the shayla, right? Excuse me. Right? It's just kedushin. There's no peiros. There's no reason. Liskin zan mishum. Stop. There's another opinion. You know why you put a date in the get? Let's say a man's married to his niece, and his niece commits adultery, and the witness she committed adultery. Wait, the niece, she committed adultery, even though it's his wife. But he still has rachmanos on her. It's his niece, right? So what it'll do if it doesn't have a date? Witness said, "Come," and we witness she committed adultery, and she was a married woman. He said, "What are you talking about?" The date she has a get. He'll write a get afterwards, and he'll say he gave it a get before because there's no date. But if there's a date, there's no way he could cover up here. Because the date she's going to produce is what? Has a date in it. And it's be clearly proven that when they witnessed the adultery was before the date. So that means she committed adultery. She's a married woman at the time. That's why they legislated a date and document, because in the case where the husband would want to cover up for the wife, where it's his niece, it's not going to happen. It's evidently, must have been prevalent that people were married to their nieces. Otherwise, you don't make a takana for a remote case. No, but it says basachosa. What is a person have rachmanos on his wife? Man doesn't have rachmanos. Wife, God forbid, commits adultery. He wants to slaughter her. It's basachosa. It's his niece. He knows it since she's a child. It's his flesh and blood. Okay. So says, stop. We should have a date because like this, for the same reason. There's a date in Shtar Kedushin. She produces, where's your marriage document? Okay, she produces. Witnesses testify it was after the date. They're going to put her to death. Before the date, they won't put her to death. Morris is very simple. Morris is first. Bishum dika de makarish bekas, vika de makarish b'shtora. Look, tikkun rabbonan's man. You hear this? By get, you can only be divorced one way, with a document. So every case of get is what? So what are we going to do? Let's say a man marries a woman with money. Is the proof when she got married? So since there's no proof, as a result that there's no reason to put a date in the document. Because a woman can be married with money. In that case, you can't address this issue. Right? V'tikan Rabbanon, 1 second. V'tikan Rabbanon, excuse me. The koni, koni. People buy a piece of property with money, right? Karkas nikne bekesef. Karkas nikne b'shtar, right? V'tikan Rabbanon's man, and yet still, when you have a deed, you have to have a. Oh, avdo. Okay, same thing. Same piece of property. Same thing. For avdo, the koni bekasef, the koni b'shtar. V'tikan Rabbanon's man. No, but still, no. So when you we're saying now, do you know why we don't put a date? Because since you could purchase it, money there is no. You could buy an evid with money also. But yet, if you do it with a document, with a shtar, you have to put a date. So let's put a date for that reason. For mechape, at least we'll cover some of the cases. So husam rubi b'shtora, rubi b'kaspa. Most people married with money, but most people when they buy an evid, they buy it with a document. So since it's the rov, okay, that's the reason why. But since by Kedushin, the majority of cases is Bekaspa, they're not going to make a takana for the document. Right? Because it's a miut. Ibo Seima, listen to what he says. Yishub lo efsher. Heichlu of it. Now, who has the document if she gets married? She has the document. She commits adultery. What she does, she destroys the document. Finished. Right? So witnesses will come test. Do you think they remember when she got married? Right? So that's what she'll do. By the get, right? If she doesn't produce that document, she's going to be put to death. She's a cheskes shisish. It's adultery. She's going to make sure to protect that document if she's innocent, and that date will be in place. Otherwise, they're going to kill her, put her to death. No, but she has a cheskes shisish. That's what I was going to say. By the get, she has a cheskes shisish. So unless she can prove that she was not an adulteress, she is an adulteress. Ibo seim mishum lo efshe hechilovet lintcho gabo dido mochole. This is by the Shtar Kedushin. Lintcho gabi didei zim de basachosi mechapalo. Lintcho gabi yedim alif. Leave it by the yedim. April, where's the Bach? The Bach, where is he? 2 seconds. I don't see it. Here it is. Gabi yedim the kiri. Right? If they remember, they'll come and testify. I don't need the document. I don't need date and document. Listen to this. What's the halacha like this? Witnesses witness an event. Let's say witness a loan. And then afterwards, they forget the loan. And they recorded the testimony. Yeah, what happened? Witnesses witnessed an event taking place. And they recorded it. Because they know they have to testify in 3 months. And they're concerned they may forget some of the details of what they saw. And they look at the document to remind them. Okay? The Torah says, Al Pishna Meidim Yokum Dover. That testimony has to be from memory. It cannot be from a written document. Comes out a problem. So the Gemara in Kesubah says like this. If when they read it off the document, they fully remember everything, it's just a reminder, then it's valid. But if some of the details they didn't remember, and it's only from the recording, what they recorded, it's not a valid testimony. Because Torah says testimony has to be firsthand from the time when they witnessed it. So if you leave the get by the women, by the Eidim, we said like, if they remember, they don't need the document when she got married. And if they don't remember Saturday, how could they testify she got married at that date? It's from the document. It's not valid testimony. Al Pishnai made him Yokod. That's what it says. Rachman Amra b'piyam v'lo b'iksovam. Ihochi b'gershinami. Neimahochi. So let's say she'll destroy the document. She'll erase the document. She'll erase the date. Hosam latzol dido kosi. Hochel lechov dido kosi. Over here, she doesn't have that document. She's, as they say, it's fair. Her life is over. So she's going to make sure that date is intact. Over here, the document's not there. What are they going to do to her? Again, she denies. She says, I was a single woman. I committed adultery. Finished. Right? Because here the date, he says, by the date of the document, Kedushin, it's lechova. It's a detriment. Because factually, now that we have the date in the document, they see she committed adultery after that date, she's an adulteress. So what is she going to do? She's going to obliterate it. By get, which is l'schusa, she's claiming she's innocent. She better have that date. So the date is crucial. The date is crucial. Okay? Howard, you with us? Okay. Gimel Achim. We're back to the family affair. Gimel Achim Nesuin Gimel Nochriyos. First time. 3 strange women, unrelated women. Umeis Echad Man v'oso b'hasheni Maimer. Yeah? And he just did Kedushin. Okay? Not like Bishame, what's Maimer, it's rabbinical. It's pure rabbinical. Umes hare'elu chotzos lo misyamos. Shenemar. Now, if a person wants to do Yibum on more than one wife of a person dies, you can't. Right? Because it says, Bais Echav lo shnei batim. You can only perpetuate one and not 2. Okay? Shenema umeis echod mehem yavo leo. Gimel, Beis, Bach. Rega. Mehem yavo leo. Misho leo zikas yovam echod. V'lo sholeo zikas beis yavomin. Right? You hear what's going on over here. In truth, if he wouldn't have done Kedushin, so the third brother, whose wife is being miyabim, he could take one. One's one person's wife, the other one's the other person's wife. Right? 2 separate zikos. He has to, the brother A's wife has to be, name has to be perpetuated, brother B. But Shimon went and did Maimer. So rabbinically, wait. Rabbinically, it looks like he's married to the second one. You're married to the second one. We have 2 zikas attached to the same woman. You have Zika A. No. You have Zika A and Zika B. Zika A because that's the real Zika. Zika B because the marriage is marriage. It's perceived he's married. She's married to number 2. But the perception. So it comes out you have this one woman attached to the widow of two men, simultaneous. On a Torah level, of course, it's only one. It's the first one because he never did Yibum. Right? But because he did Maimer, how is it perceived by the public? It's the wife of the second. So, reality is the first. So as a result of that, he gets Chalitza, not Yibum. Okay? Reb Shimon Omer, Miyabay, Meleze, Sheyitza, V'choletz, L'shniya. Reb Shimon says he could be either one. Whichever one, the second one gets Chalitza. Why can't he do both? Yibum, because then it looks like a problem. 2 of them died. You do Yibum on both. But here the second brother did Maimer before he died. See, she looks like the wife of the second brother. Midrabanan, we don't want Yibum to take place. Neither. Of course neither. Yeah, but Reb Shimon says, Le'ezeh sheyitzeh. Because we see it's a gzeira. Because we're concerned that if you allow Yibum on the second, they'll do Yibum on the first. I'm telling you. I'm explaining you. Yeah. Good question. So there's a toast before said because there's a gzera. The first one, rabbinically, we don't want yibum, right? Because she's attached to both. The second wife is not attached to both, right? So if you're going to say what? She's like a tzoras. We treat the tzora like the woman she's associated with. The woman she's associated with, one wife of Shimon. You can't do yibum. You can't do yibum with her, but you can do yibum with the second one. She's a tzora. It doesn't make sense. So if you can do yibum with the second, why can't I do yibum with the first? It's not going to hold. Therefore, I can't differentiate between wife A and wife B. Right? Manavshach. I have to use the same yardstick to both of them. That's what people are going to say. She's the co-wife of this other woman. The first woman only chalitza, the second woman yibum. Does that make sense? Doesn't make any sense. Therefore, chalitza to both. Neither have yibum. Rabbi Shimon says no. Give yibum to one, chalitza to the other. So what about this issue over here? But even the first one. No. The first one yibum, it's not a problem. That's midoraisa. Why the second one chalitza? Because the answer is very no. No, push it. Because if you're going to recognize the second one, no, like this. If you give yibum to the first one, the first one is called the wife of Reuven. If you're giving yibum to the second one, you know what people are going to say, but she's the co-wife of the first one. Because Shimon did Maimer. Therefore, the second one, Shimon says, no circumstance she have yibum. The first one, right, was originally independent of Shimon. So the Maimer only creates a problem for the second wife. Because what linked the second to the first was the Maimer. The first one wasn't linked to the second one. Because the first one is the wife of the first.
So you're saying actually the mama inherits the second wife, but not the wife of the other mama.
Here, take a look in Rashi. Cholit l'shniyo, dechado lo miftur bebiyo, the iduch. Dilma Maimer lo konev avle beis yivam sebos beis vibumi tavayu nami lo dilma kov avle beis yivam sebos beis echod. We'll see. Tomorrow, ibzikos beis yivam in doraiso. If we're saying zikas beis yivam is doraiso, chalitza lami oltiboy. He's saying like this. Again, this is on a rabbinic level. The first one is connected to the third brother because the original Zika was never satisfied. The second brother did Kedushin. So it comes out we have Zika Shnei Yevomin. Right? She's connected to brother A. No, because he died. Right? Like she was connected to B, she's connected to C, to the third brother. Now, but brother B went and did Maimer. If your whole Maimer is Koner, has some degree of value, so she has one woman connected to two houses. There's no such thing. So if that's the case, easy goes Beis Yom Doraisa, Chalitza Named Lutiboy. Elo Midrabonon. So what's the answer? That you need is only Midrabonon. Midoraisa Maimer lo Koner. No, which means the Maimer is not Koner. It's purely perception. El midrabonon. Ugzeiro shemiyom beis yomom zabos ma'isechom nisiabos. That's the reason why we don't let yibum. Because since rabbinically she looks like she's married to the second one, people don't know she's married. So here, the first one was never satisfied. The second one, he married her. Goes to the Maimer, that's the problem. If there wouldn't be Maimer, he does yibum on both of them. So Mar says, which is right, this is what I told you. They say, in one house, you have two wives. One wife receives chalitz, yibum, one receives yibum. That's what people are going to say. Somewhere says, if you give yibum first, so they're going to say, what are they going to say? But if you give the chalitza first, so what are people going to say? People say, "V'kom lei asher lo yivne." What happens if a person gets chalitza? Then afterwards he wants to go and do yibum after he gets chalitza. It's in the Raisa. Because it says, Beis chalutza nal, it says asher lo bona. No, even the co-wife. The co-wife, same thing. It says the man chose not to build the house of the deceased. Kevin shelo bona shuv lo yivne. I'm doing a regular case. A man dies, he has two wives. One woman, two wives, makes no difference. He won. He gets chalitza, now he does yibum. So no, he cannot. What happens if there's a co-wife? Says this one I didn't give chalitza to. But since they're coming from bayis echod, they're from one bayis, right? Kivin shlobona shluv yivne. It's what do they say? The Bezin when they declare ashlobona bayis b'Yisrael, right? So what is it? He did not build the house in Israel. Kivin shlobona shluv yivne. Once it's lobona, he can't go back. That's the lo yivne. That's shlobona. So now he wants to take the other wife. It's from the same bias. No, if he gets chalitza, we said give chalitza to yibum. No, you know what people are going to say. So when one man has two wives, the person will say, give one chalitza, you can do yibum on the second. That's the gzer. Because it's meaningless. Doesn't mean anything. If you do, let's say a person has two wives and he does chalitza, he does yibum to the first wife. No, he doesn't. That's what the chalitza means. Nothing. It means nothing. No, let's say a man has two wives, and he does even a wife A. If he wants to give chalitza to Bay, she doesn't need anything, but he does it. There's no problem. He did something which is the waste of time. But let's say we do chalitza on wife A. He's on the Torah level. He's not permitted to do even on wife two, because he already released the house. It says once you don't perpetuate name, it's over. The door's closed. You do Yibum first, and then you forget it. You do nothing. But we were dealing with a rabbin. There was a mimer. So therefore, if do Yibum first, do chalitza afterwards. But the question is, what about if he inverts it? Once he does chalitza first, then he wants to do Yibum afterwards. It's going to come out. People are going to say, if a man has two wives, even if he did chalitza to the first one, do Yibum afterwards to the second one, which is not true. That's a Torah violation. That's kevin shlo bono shuv lo yivne. So because it'll get confusing, therefore we don't allow it. We don't allow, they both give chalitza. They both get chalitza. This is the Tanakama. Okay? Kevin shlo bono shuv lo yivne. Omer Rava nosen get lemaimoro. Hear this? Because the reality is they're not connected. Two wives coming from two different brothers. The second wife was never connected. The first wife was never connected to the second brother. But because of the perception, that's the problem, right? Yeah, because it's like two brothers die, and two brothers married to two women. They both die. The third brother is miyabim each wife. Why not? Each one's a wife of a different husband. Here, the problem is because the brother B did kedushin. So the perception is she's the wife of two. So if he gives chalitza to one, we say, well, how could he give yibum to the second one? He's not allowed. So because it could create this problem, we say, you know something, no yibum. So when do yibum first? The answer is for the same reason. Because what happens, people will say, it may be they'll give chalitza first, then yibum. If we allow yibum first, the second one he may do. What happens if he inverts the order? People won't differentiate. They won't keep the order. Chalitza first is impossible. Correct? Right? But yibum first is not a problem because the second chalitza you don't need. In our case, you do need because in reality they're from two different brothers. But under normal circumstances, a man dies, he leaves two wives. You do yibum, it's over. He needs nothing else. Right? She's materis to shuk immediately. Okay. Omer Rava nosa get lemaimoro. Yeah, what happened? A man, Reuven, dies. Shimon goes, does maimer on Reuven's wife, and then he gives a get. He gave a get. So if that's the case, she's not connected to him any longer. Okay, listen to this, sir. But yet, factually, there's a what? Wait. There's still a zika. She's still connected. The what's name wasn't satisfied yet. The zika from the first brother who died wasn't satisfied. Never did yibum. Wait. Huchutzarasa. So now brother B dies. Is there a connection between wife A and wife B? No. Because when he died, he was only married to his wife. The first wife, he cut her loose. Right? Avo hi asura. Well, no. He cut her loose in terms of the connection between the two of them. She's not called the co-wife of that woman any longer. Reuven dies, Shimon goes and does kedushin. So how does the public perceive it? They're co-wives. What happens before he dies? He gives her a get. So when he dies, are they still co-wives? They're not co-wives any longer. Right? He did kedushin. You understand? Reuven, no, to Balas Maimer. Wait 1 second. Wait, rega. Get 1 second. No, Omar Rov doesn't get limamoro, right, to the one he gave kedushin to. Huchet Sarasa. No. What's the reason why 3 cannot do Yibum to 1? No, because it looks like they're from Bayis Echod. But if, let's say brother B divorced her. So when B dies, there's no perception any longer. So who is she in fact? She's the wife of the first. Because Yibum was never done. No, but there's no... No, they can't. The whole idea is Bayis Echod. No, but people will say he's doing Yibum in one house. You can't marry 2 women from the same house. So why is he having relations with her? The answer is she's not from that house. They're not connected. When he died, they're not connected. So why is he doing Yibum? The answer is because she's only connected to the first brother. There's no other way to understand it. Right? Because he's only connected. If he doesn't give it a get, he's connected to 2 brothers simultaneously. That's the problem. So it looks like Bayis Echod. But now there's no perception any longer. Of course. Well, when do you give a get? You give a get to a woman you never married. So he gave her a get because she was married. Right? The Gemara says, especially when you give a get, there's a call. Word goes out, the woman's a divorced woman. That means the woman who was married is no longer married. Right? That's the word that goes out in the shuk. Famous kasha Tosas says in the Gittin. Esther says, kasha avarati avorati, she committed adultery. What did Mordechai give a get? Should have given a get. The answer is you have a get, you have Edom, you have a sofer. Three is a crowd. Word gets out. It was crucial that Esther Edom Ageres Moladato. Nobody can know she was Jewish. If word, then the whole thing is over. So because that had to be kept secret, the only way that she had to commit adultery, she had no choice. That's Tosas' answer. So the famous Rashba asks a kasha, and he leaves it unanswered. The Mishnah says that what Ksav Yad on a Torah level is valid. Mordechai definitely could write his own get. He was a member of the Sanhedrin, so wanted to give her a get Ksav Yado. Rabbinically, it's no good, but Midorais, at least it's not adultery. Tzarachim doesn't answer it. No, it's a phenomenal question. See, it's special. We said Ksav Yad on Torah level. Ksav Yad, it's a Mishnah in Gittin. Ain't have Vlad Mamzer. Vlad's not Mamzer by Ksav Yad. No, it's of course on the Torah level it's valid. It's only Posum Drabonon. Okay? Omar Rav Nosen Get Lemamro Huchet Saroso. To do what? What would a Ksav Yad? But rabbinically, you're not supposed to. No, but it's a question of a woman's going to commit adultery. Right? Let's say that. Yeah, you're right. Ksav Yad. Finished. Midrabon, it's possible, but it's better than being the Issa Raisa. Yeah. His hand, only his own handwriting. Okay? Aval he, it says, the tzora is muteris. Who's the tzora? That means the wife of Reuven. And there's no time to get a sofa and everything.
He doesn't want also to make a whole balagan with everybody that he's really giving the get. It's not, it's just work. So he can really take it to a paper, write, give it to her, not to worry, comes to the paradise.
afterwards, she would she would need chalitza. She would need she's not Marasik Grosha. No, she's not. If he's a Kohen, it's a problem. Rabbinically, he couldn't marry her. If he's a Kohen, he couldn't take her back. Because midrabanan, it's a get. Midorais, it's a get. It's a get. If he's a Kohen, it's a problem. Even a condition of a Kohen is not simple. Yeah. It's valid on a Torah level. She's divorced. Rabbinically, if let's say there's a surviving brother, you have to give a chalitza. Rabbinically, it's not a get. It's right, Torah level. Right. Meaning, if she had a child from a third person, the child is kosher. It's not a mamzer. It's not a mamzer. They're called up immediately. They don't even have a time to write again. Yeah. No, she can't remarry. She can't rabbinically. She can't remarry. Yeah, it's not a mamzer. Yeah. Because rabbinically, the get is invalidated. It's only post fact if she has a child, the child was kosher. Because factually, she's divorced. Avi's always involved, always in the war mode. Okay. So Rava says, the first wife of the first, he could do yibum on her. Avol, he asura. But she, the wife, can't do yibum. Why? The michlav balas haget. No. Just the opposite. Hucha tzarosa, avol, he asura. No, not he. He asura. No, that's his real wife. The michlav. Get what again? He asura. Who's he? Asura. The michlav of balas haget, but the balas haget is the mamar. Can't be right. Rashi says hutra tzaroso doesn't get lemamoro. That means she doesn't zeoset maimer get lemamoro v'lo zikoso v'akach mes hutra ishto harishona. She tzarosa lisya ishto harishona. We're talking about then he died. Now Shimon dies. So the original wife of Shimon is mutter to the third brother. Right. Also. Aval hi asura. Asura. What's the michlav balas get? The balas get is the problem. We're saying the balas get he can't do yibum to. Right? Why not? We're saying the wife, aval he, who's he? The one who got the get. It can't be the one because it'll be confused with the one who got the get. We're talking about the one who got the get. Right? Hucha tzarasa means he says his own wife is permitted to Levi. Aval he, who's he? Who's the he?
The one who gave the minor to. The one that Shimon gave the minor.
Okay, if that was so, what does it mean? So what does it mean? The malch. She can't have yibum because the michlav of balas get. What if she's michlav of balas get? She's the balas mamar.
One step removed before that. You can confuse her with like a balance.
Oh, I got it. That's it. No, which means, what happens if you didn't give her a get? Let's say you didn't give her a get. If you didn't give her a get, then you couldn't do yibum to the first one. Right? You couldn't do yibum to the first one. Right? Because they're connected. So that's the first one we don't want you to do Yibam on. Even though you should be able to Yibam because it's Michlav. Because it's Michlav of Bebalas Haget. Hutra Tzarasas means his own wife. B's wife is permitted to Levi. But Ruvain's wife, the Balas Mama, is not. Because Michlav of Balas Haget. Even if she receives the get, why? Because what if she didn't get the get? Pre-get. Michlav. What would be Michlav? The Lashon Michlav Balas Haget. What's the Lashon Michlav for? It'll be confused with the Balas Haget.
Just like someone who got a get.
With what?
With someone who got a get.
So what's someone got to get? What's the problem with someone got to get? Good. Yeah, that I hear. Well, what's the...
But the minor wife herself is still forbidden to Levi because she is the same way. She might be confused with the father of the Mama who received the get.
Oh, the third case.
He did give a kiss to both of them. So one gave to his original wife.
No, I'm talking about, I understand. This is Grusha Sochiv. She says, Shach Shlov Mokum.
Maro, the get rid is nothing. Because if you hold that the Mama is nothing.
See, the Balsa gets a little No. No. Yes, Surah. It's not Sharei Lo Nosen Get Leziko. Elo Mishum Lachlufi Bebalas Haget Hech Dovet Get Lemamaro. Where was Ulezikosa? 1 second. The Vadi Mitchio. Avol Get Lemamoro Lo Dochi Elo Maimar. V'nishra Ziko Rishon B'Mekoma. Yeah, hear what he's saying. Let's say a man. Let's say a man has a yavama and he gives her a get. Didn't do maimer. The halacha is once he gives a get, he can't do yibum any longer, rabbinically. You hear what I said? A man goes and gives a get to his yavama, can't do yibum rabbinically. Because we see the get, since the get normally terminates a marriage, it damages already the zika. Let's say there was maimer and he gave a get. Nothing. Because the get went on the maimer. So that we're concerned he may confuse with Baal Haget. You understand? So if, what?
So even though in theory he could do Yibam with the money on the minor, because if he gave a regular woman, he gave a get to do Yibam, the same thing over the
A regular Yavama. If he would have given the get, he couldn't do Yibam. So because this woman got a get from the, from the second brother, so therefore that's the reason why we're concerned, we'll confuse that with a case where a person, right.
So therefore, the get is just...
Even rabbinically, the zika is not damaged when there's mimer, when he gives a get. Because the get is on the mimer. It doesn't affect the zika. But let's say there's no zika. Let's say there's no mimer. He gives her a get. Instead of chalitza, he gives her a get. Rabbinically, the zika is already weakened. That's the, Let's just, Ika di Amri Omarova Nosa get la my moro, Hutra afilu he. My timer, my dovet shokla, what he originally did, he removed, therefore she's permitted to be continued.